Been experiencing some issues with ChatGPT over the past week. The browser itself gets really slow, and when you're in a chat and it gets to about 5 responses in, the browser starts to run really slow. Now, when I'm using ChatGPT on my phone, it's fine. The reason I'm posting this is because I'm trying to document my journey of creating content, building up a brand, building up a personal brand, and I'm documenting that journey. Some of the things I want to do with ChatGPT are part of that process. I put an update recently about the tasks I need to get done, and I've not got much done since then. One of the things to do was to build a to-do list and integrate it with ChatGPT, and that's what I'm trying to achieve. Now, so you can see I have a to-do item here on my Bevan's Bench website, and I'm trying to create. Actually, you can't see that because you're also seeing me learn how to use OBS while we're at this. So if I go into OBS, I can switch scenes, and now you can see an example to-do item on my bevansbench.com website. You can see my content that I have this test to-do item, content type, to-do list. So I've created a type of content on my website called a to-do list, and I've gone through making that accessible as an API. So what you'll see, if I go and view that to-do list, if I just put on the end of this format equals JSON, we'll get a computer readable version of, give me half a sec, we'll go and solve this because I'm playing with, it actually ties in what the issue is. I'm trying to configure OAuth on those endpoints so that I can get OpenA to talk to it, but it won't work. I did have basic auth working. If I change this, like I had basic auth working here on the website, but then the custom GPTs don't integrate with basic auth. So I had to use OpenAuth, and then I can't use OpenAuth, and we'll get to the reasons why. And now if I go back to that same thing, let's try this again, see if I get lucky. Format equals JSON. Right, so this is actually a JSON response that a custom GPT can read. So it's the custom GPT's point is to be able to go and look up this particular to-do item and get all the information. You see its IDs here, and you'll see there's some more fields down here about this to-do item. See the description, see it's test of type basic HTML. The priority here is medium and the values pending for the status. So this is so that a custom GPT can read that. Now it actually semi-works. This is my custom GPT for Bevan's Bench, and of course it's doing is reading, and I've got that node exposed. I don't need to be logged in to access this. As you can see, if I open a private window here, you will see I can read the to-do item, and I can also read it in that JSON format. Okay, so the custom GPT is able to consume this. So you could please read the to-do item with the ID of 205. Where'd that 4 come from? Allow access. Talking to bevansbench.com. And there's those details we saw before. Title, description, test, status pending, priority medium. Good start, right? But the whole point is I want this custom GPT to be able to create to-do items, change their status, change whether they're pending, review them, recommend tasks to do, analyze them, help me discuss them, decide what priorities are, categorize them, edit them, update them, disable them, etc. Right? I think that'd be a really, really handy tool to have and help me because I use ChatGPT all the time and trying to keep up with things. I'm always having ideas of things I need to do and working out how to prioritize those. Having a system like this that integrates directly with ChatGPT, so when I'm having a chat, I can just call out to. You can see this. So if I'm using ChatGPT, right, with this quick demo, we can. Let's move this up. It's doing well. I said, I can then go to talk to Bevan's Bench, right? And I can say the same thing, the to-do item with ID 205. Because it's not able to search, I need to tell it the ID at the moment for it to work. And so I'm in a normal chat, I can talk to Bevan's Bench and I can integrate and interact with my to-do list. I think that'd be fantastic. Now I'm having two issues. One of those issues is, I said before, let's have a look at, this is where I've been working with ChatGPT quite extensively. You can see there's a long chat trying to get OpenAuth working. But one of the issues is, right, let's get it to respond. Can you output that schema again? So it's been giving me lots of schemas, right? You can see all these long bits of data. Actually, what we want is to OpenAI spec include all the schemas. So I'm just saying this because I know it will give a lot of output, right? And see what's going to happen. See, it's just sitting here. This is supposed to be quite fast. Now, come and get a response now. But what I'll find, if I go onto my phone here and open up the ChatGPT app, see how it's still not responded yet. If I open up that same chat on the app, it's responding now. You can see, right, the whole response is already complete. It's already finished ages ago. Just in case you didn't see that properly. Here, look. See, that's the whole response, and I'm still waiting for this one, right? For this. Still waiting. This is the bug, right? It happens in Brave browser. It happens in Firefox. It doesn't happen on my phone, but I don't need it on my phone. I need it in my browser to be able to interact and work with this GPT. What I can do is press stop, and some of that response comes out, just a bit of it. But now if I hit refresh, let's have a look. There's the whole thing, the whole lot. The whole lot of the output has been there for ages, right? And that's just unworkable. That's no good. The other issue I got is because I want to configure authentication on this Bevan's Bench GPT. So let's go and edit this thing. Edit the GPT, the custom GPT. Okay. Now down in here is these actions where it defines. This is the spec, tells it how to interact with bevansbench.com, etc. Now, I've got an API key so it'll actually save. But if I click OAuth, whether I fill in these details or not, doesn't matter what I put in. If I click save now, get this error saving draft. I'm glad to see that actually came up to, and if I try and save, can't save. So I can't connect with Basic Auth. I set up Basic Auth authentication on my website. These custom GPTs don't support it. I have then tried to use OAuth and run into this bug, and so the only thing I can do is, I had API key turned on. I'm going to explore, see if I can use an API key to get around this. I can read, I can't write because I need to authenticate to be able to create to-do items. So that's a real pain in the butt. And so what we can see is I found these issues on the forum. Web client, extremely slow responses for a week with high CPU usage for ChatGPT browser tab. That's what I've been experiencing. Same thing, like someone posted that 5 days ago. You can see there's a lot of other people coming in and having a look. When I say a lot, we got this Shiloh person, and then Winifred experiencing the same painfully slow experiences. I've encountered this too, etc. I'm having this issue too. Yes, same here, etc., etc., etc. And then similarly, but this one's been going on. This one with authentication in a custom GPT, error when saving draft, when creating an authenticated action in a GPT, same problem. Let's see, there's a video on. Now, people have been suggesting to log on with their mobile network instead. Other people are using VPNs. This seemingly means they get a new IP address. I've tried setting up my computer to go through my phone. That didn't resolve the issue. I don't have a VPN set up. It may or may not work. What a pain. So I think it was on this one in the end. I was a little bit, how do I open a, like, right? Because OpenAI is not acknowledging these forums. This has been here since November 23, makes it unworkable. It was in this forum post. I asked the question, how do we get OpenAI to acknowledge bugs? I'm experiencing two different issues. It's really sad and I don't know what to do. I think you need to go through OpenAI Help Center to really get to talk to someone. So that's what I did. So this is what this video is about, really. Not just those bugs, but about this OpenAI Help Center. So what I did was go to the OpenAI Help Center, and it didn't pop up like that before. If we can probably close this. Can we close? It wasn't here. There was a little message icon down in this corner down here. Am I in your way? Woo! Moved the wrong thing. Move me over here. Moved. Yeah, so it's this icon like this. So I clicked on that help thing and had a chat. And you see there's been a bit of conversation here with a bot. It took me a while to get it to even let me, I had to press the login button. It gave me a series of buttons to press, pain in the butt. Like what if I started a new one, ask a question? See this, right? What can I help you with? If there's nowhere to enter anything. You can either get help with payments and billing, accounts and data, ChatGPT, blah, blah, blah. It did also include a button for login. I was already signed in as far as I was aware, but when I pressed the login button, I was able to come back to here and then actually get a chat message like we see on here. And so what it does is actually is a chatbot itself, which you think's a bit upsetting, but you can search our knowledge base. And so I told it even, look, I've, there we go, I've logged in. So it's like, okay, I've logged in. It took me to the forum that's related to what I want to discuss because it is. I've got two technical issues, both are bugs. I'm not the only person experiencing them. They are reported in the forums, but OpenAI is not responding. They need to be resolved. Talking to a chatbot, the team will reply as soon as they can. Okay. Do you want more info for them? Here's the two forum posts. And I actually went and read those. Thank you for bringing these to our attention, and I'm sorry to hear that you're experiencing difficulties. To help us better understand and address these problems, could you please provide more details about the issue? It asked for some specific issues about my browser version, the software I was using, so I supplied that too. Go, here's my Linux, Manjaro Linux operating system version. It's my Brave version of the browser and my version of Firefox. I also explained some more details about how I'd tried different environments, a live boot to make sure it wasn't my cookies and stuff. And I gave it some of the screenshots of that OAuth settings, etc. And the bot escalated it, which I think was fantastic. It escalated. Long story short, after chatting with the bot a bit, we ended up with this message here. Hello, thank you for reaching out to OpenAI support. I've looked into these issues you're experiencing with the error message in ChatGPT and your custom GPTs. However, I won't be able to resolve it without some help from a colleague. I've shared your question with our specialist team and asked them to investigate further. They'll get back to you on this thread with a solution as soon as they can. In the meantime, if there's anything else you'd like to check, feel free to visit OpenAI Best Girly. Now, I actually have a funny feeling that Girly did write that, but it's been passed through a chatbot and cleaned up because that's so well written. But also sounds like it's a human being. I think I'm communicating with a human being via a chatbot, which I think is great. Excellent for communication. I think it's wonderful. So that's the status at this point, is those two issues have now been escalated. There's not reference on the forum. I've come along and updated both those forum posts to have that response I got from Girly down here. And hopefully there'll be some resolution to this. Otherwise, I'm going to have to spend some time and try and use an API key to access my website. It's a pain because I've already tried to use basic auth, the chatbot, the agent GPT that tells you how to use agents and set up actions. Told me I could use basic auth. Turns out I can't. So I'll try to use OAuth, ran into that bug. I've got the slow browser response. It's frustrating as anything. And so let's see how we go. That's my latest status update. So I've been trying to get other things. I've got videos I want to get out. I've got videos under plan. I want to do a 14-day storytelling challenge. I've got other challenges in the works. Making videos is tricky and hard. And as I keep making them, I keep coming up with ideas and I want to remember them. The other reason I did this, one thing to show you, is because ChatGPT's got its memory now, right? Which you can find in, don't add a workspace. Where's this? Do I need to zoom out to get, where's my settings? Have they moved them? Ah, they moved. Right, so we've got under personalization, you've got memory now where you can configure and edit all this memory stuff. Right, and I'm finding that a little bit buggy too. There are things I want to be able to remember, but not necessarily need in memory all the time. And that's kind of the idea for my to-do list, is more of a longer term memory, a more archived memory, something I can search through, something I can reference later when I need it in context, and be a little bit more reliable and an adjacent thing on top of ChatGPT's memory. So that's the idea I've got. That's what I want to build. That's the status. I've got challenges to overcome. I really just wanted to whip up a quick prototype and a proof of concept, and I'm stuck. So thank you very much. See you next time. Ciao.